All right, so today I'm going to give you my perspective, my first impressions of the Google Pixel 4a. I know I do drones, but actually when I first started this channel, it was all about phones. So let's get started. What's good, guys? Ken here. And today I'm going to give you my first impressions of the Google Pixel 4a. They did send this out to me to review. It was a gift from Google, although I'm still going to give you my first impression along with an honest opinion of how I think this phone performs after 1 week's use of time. Now, I'm not going to be talking about the camera and all that shit in this video simply because I really didn't snap off too many photos. I'm talking about this from a perspective of somebody who uses this as a phone, watches YouTube videos, and just genuinely talks on it in text. I put my work sim in this, so that's where I'm going to be giving you my opinion from. I've used this for about 8 hours a day, and I have to say it really has impressed me. Firstly, this phone is $349. That's the biggest thing to remember throughout this entire video. It's $349. It is built out of all plastic, so if you can stomach the fact that it's built out of plastic, this may just be a good device for you. In the hand, it doesn't feel like plastic. It feels very, very solid. It has a matte black finish to it, and it feels good. I do have one little bit of a gripe, and that's the fact that the sensor, this fingerprint sensor on the back, is positioned a little low, and it's also the same material as the rest of the back of the device, which makes it a little bit harder for me to find the spot where you got to put your finger in the hole. That's terrible. Jesus Christ. Anyways, it's hard for me to put my finger in there. Dan, that didn't sound better. It's just hard to put my finger on the fingerprint sensor. That's all I'm going to say. That's it. That's terrible. Also, for this phone only costing $350, Google really didn't skimp. It has an octa-core Snapdragon 730 processor in here, 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, a 12 megapixel rear camera, an 8 megapixel front facing camera, and 3140 milliamp hour battery, which is pretty damn impressive if I might add myself. Battery life of this device is phenomenal. It lasts me easily a day and then some, but more importantly, when I leave this on my desk for work, the idle times are really good. For me, a good device has to be well-rounded. Good usage battery life, but good idle battery as well. And this exhibits those key features that I want. And what I love in iOS is those high idle times that just mean I can leave this and forget to charge it, and it's still good when I come back. As far as the camera goes, I really didn't mess with the camera, but I mean, from what I saw in the few photos that I did shoot, the camera's pretty damn acceptable. Again, $350. I mean, it's gonna be more than acceptable. If you guys are interested, I'll do a full camera comparison, but I just didn't feel like I wanted to do one. The 1080p screen is super sharp and clear. I like it. I like the fact that there is no bezel. Like, there isn't a bezel here. There's not even a notch. There's just a single hole punch on the left-hand side, which at first I thought it would bother me, but it really doesn't bother me at all, and I prefer the hole punch over an actual notch. The notch on the iPhone is a little bit much, and in 2020, the notch needs to just go away. Get the fuck out of here with that notch. The screen is only 60 hertz refresh, so for you phone snobs that are like, it's 60 hertz, I can't operate the screen. It doesn't bother me. It's 60 hertz. I'm not staring at the screen all that hard and analyzing it. It just, 60 hertz, it still works. There's a lot of monitors that are still 60 hertz. Get over it. You'll live. The 128 gigs of storage is the only storage that you get with this. It's non-removable, so you can't add on to it. So, you know, that's sort of a love-hate, but 128 gigs I feel is a good sweet spot, especially today. But I have found that Android applications inherently take up a lot less space, where iOS I feel like takes up a little bit more storage. At least you can clear the cache and maintain things a little bit better with Android, which that's something that I can appreciate. And I guess I've missed with iOS is not having that ability to really clean out the phone or do any sort of maintenance to it. So that's more of an Android 10 thing, but I think it does that very well. Something that I didn't expect to like so much is making phone calls with this device. Making phone calls is great because it has HD call quality, which is really super important. Calls and people come in super clear, which again, I'm not used to on the iOS device. I'm not even used to that using my AirPods Pro. I don't even like to use any sort of Bluetooth device when I'm calling or talking to clients because they just sound great right out of the speaker. There's a front firing speaker along with a downward firing speaker. Although they're not the loudest, they do get the job done, and I think it's more than acceptable for a device that's $349. Again, the device is super snappy and fast. Just jumping into some of your favorite applications, you just see that things are just so much faster. Oh God, I just degraded the whole quality of my video with this guy. God, this guy's videos are just ridiculous. I guess I'll have to subscribe, whatever. At the end of the day, I'm happy with this. My main SIM card is going to stay in this device versus the iPhone 7. I think that I will have to revisit this entire situation, but if you can't tell, I do think that for $350, Google hit the nail on the head, because a lot of people are tired of paying for device payments. And if they can get everything they need out of a phone that costs, maybe a down payment on a phone, then that's pretty damn impressive. And more so today with COVID and everything else, the fact that this still has a fingerprint sensor, good battery life, and a low cost is something that I find to be an absolute win. Anyways, I'll leave a link down below if you want to check this device out for yourself, or you want to make a pre-order. That's fine, either or way. It'll be available on the 24th. And if you want to see more about the Pixel 4a, let me know. I'll do a bunch of stupid selfies or whatever. You want to see my nose hairs, how detailed it is, whatever. You want to see a video comparison, we can do that. I know I'm not really a phone guy, and this was probably a haphazard video production, but I am really super excited about this, and it's cool to finally be in Team Pixel and all that good shit. So there you go. We'll see you in the next video. Stay original.